Peace, love, and harmony, family. I am Infinite Life, here to share the truth unapologetically. And what are we doing right now? Raising those frequencies. And what else? Raising those vibrations. Take that good ass energy I'm sending and sprinkling on you right now. You better catch it. And what are we going to do? Breathe in this good ass prana that is conscious with all. Let's go. Oh, yeah, free to be. Beautiful in reality. One more time. Deep down from the base of our spine. Yeah. Deep down from the base of our spine and light up those chakras like the rainbow in the sky. Let's go. Make it deep. Make it beautiful. Let's go. Feels so good to be in the land of the living with praises and thanksgiving. Can I get a hello and a grand rising there? From me to you and you to me? Hello, grand rising. Now, today I want to talk to you guys about how to deal with toxic patterns in your personal life and in others. Now, back in the day, I always like to give a story about my life and how I overcome these programmed dis-ease in my life. And back in the day, I had some really toxic patterns in my life. I used to literally sit with myself and find ways to revenge others and manifest them in reality for myself. I would fight, I would cause chaos in other people's relationship. I would do things like create scenes so that others would see what somebody else was doing. And some of them were for good reasons, and some of them were for me to just get involved and, be enraged with others. And I would do things out of the normal and then cause the chaos and then pull back like if I wasn't a part of it. No. And that happened to me when I was much younger, when I was in my 20s and stuff. I would do things like that. I would engage in relationships that weren't suitable for me and put myself with other people who had relationships going on the side. Well, I would have been the side, you understand, but had other relationships going on. And I didn't see that as a toxic trait at the time because it was something that everybody was doing, and because I have gotten hurt in the past from many other relationships and stuff, I decided to be just like them. And when I started to get serious with my life and wanted relationships to be more stable and settle in my life, it didn't come to me that way because I had to pay the karmic debt for all the other things that I did before, wanting to be really serious in my life, in relationships, and having somebody for myself. Well, not for myself, somebody to grow with myself and stuff. In other words, that my higher self started to kick in and wanted a much better lifestyle for myself. But what I didn't understand is that I had to pay the karmic debt for all the toxicity I had when I was a younger girl now, and living life waywardly now. So I had to pay that karmic debt, even in getting in relationships that I thought would have been the right ones for me. And so in uh, in that space of being wanted to be stable in relationships, I end up reaping the brunt from my past, from my past relationships in that particular one, in these particular other relationships that I wanted to settle in, because I got married 3 times, and I got married 3 times with the same intention, but none didn't work. All of them were narcissistic, and I had other relationships in between those marriages that were also narcissistic, because I was narcissistic at one point in my life. In my early years, I was narcissistic, and I don't blame myself for that, because when I lost my virginity to a narcissistic person. So if you understand soul ties and all these different things, you will know that you will carry the energy if you are not acknowledging what what is not your emotions and what is your emotions. Because I've always been loving a side of emotions that were not mine. And it is only then, when I started to really look at myself in a greater way and come to my senses and really awaken into who I am, I was able to tap into all emotions that were not mine and deal with it. And that is when life started to change for me. I started to see toxic patterns, toxic things that were not of me, but I could have recognized it in the relationships that I had with somebody else that were now coming from me. And as that rose up inside of me, I was able to deal with it by meditating, by releasing, by finding ways to let go of it, and now allowing my higher self to bring itself forward in the most beautiful ways. I had a lot of work to do last year. For some of you who were on my channel, you will really see me going through it. I was really going through it last year to reach to this beautiful calm space in my life right now, where if toxicity get in my space, I don't want to use the word shoot it down, but that's what I would do, shoot it down. So because I have learned how to deal with toxic patterns in myself, now it is easy for me to deal with it outside myself. So when toxic people approach me, I answer them straightforwardly. Sometimes they get locked off, or sometimes they get ignored, and because it is a different when you experience it externally, you gotta realize that people try to pass on their toxicity onto you. If you're not aware of their vibrational frequency, you can absorb it, and it can become a part of your life, not just sexually. Because if you're not aware of yourself, you will sit down there and absorb it, and then when they leave, you start to feel like a fool within yourself. I just call it a toxic drive-by, or as my partner just say, a toxic dump machine. They come to dump all the rubbish on you so they could feel better about themselves and leave. You understand? So how I deal with toxicity in others? The minute I feel it, I leave. Or I address it when the person becomes in a calm state. Or if you come for me, it's fire in your waist. So I say to you today, beautiful souls, learn to clear up your toxic field so that you know when you see somebody come with a toxicity, how to deal with it. Because only you alone know how to deal with you and what you want to experience in your life, or how you want to feel in your life when embracing other people in your life. I just always say, give me what I give to you. And if you give me something else that is not me, I'm going to give you something else that is not you. And we know how we don't like to feel that way, you know. So I like to give it back on in a very calm, subtle way where you could see yourself and review yourself. You know. It's not that I don't love you less or anything like that. It's just that for you to take a look at yourself now, you know, because I'm all about love, but I'm straightforward as fuck. So if I don't get love, you get the other side of me. Understand? And I love that side too. Because it is say anything it want and it is be what it want to be. I don't hold back any emotions from myself. Especially if the communication is lack. Yeah. You won't get all my emotions from myself. You know, I always strive to be the change I wish to see in my life, in my reality, because it is the only way I am free to be around others who reciprocate the same that I am reciprocating. So, do the work, get rid of the toxicity, and stop trying to fight on each other. Because we all here to learn from each other, to grow, and to become our greatest version. There are no competition here. It's just love, elevating, and becoming its highest truth, and living its beauty in reality infinitely. I am infinite life, and I'm only going to share the truth unapologetically. Please tap my like button if this resonates with you. Share this with someone who needs to hear this. And don't let toxicity ruin your life, because you're too beautiful to hold on to things that don't no longer matter in your life. Let it come up, see it for what it is, and let it go, because right now, in this present moment, you are free to be beautiful. Once again, I am infinite life, and I'm only going to share the truth unapologetically. Do have a beautiful, spectacular, awesome, magical, amazing day. Awesome and spectacular in all your ways. I love all of you. High vibrational new earth stars.